Hello everyone and welcome to EduTap guys. So guys, the final day, the D-Day was today. So I hope your descriptive English exam went well, and I'm sure it did, because the paper was very easy. It was not very lengthy like last year. The word limits were very easy to achieve, and students and the feedbacks that we got have told us that this year they sat idle even after proofreading their answers. So I think all of you would agree that the paper was not very difficult, and the best part is the questions that I'm going to show you in the exam that were thrown at the aspirants were actually asked in our mock test that students had practiced. One of the essays about climate change and its impact on on the country, on the biodiversity and the ecosystem, that was given in one of our mock tests, and there was one letter that was discussed in our further material, exactly the same, that you had purchased some furniture and you had to write a complaint letter. So guys, the paper was very easy, and let's analyze, and let me show you some solutions of the same, so that you could understand. So this is what we could have written in your paper, right? So guys, let's begin. So first of all, let us discuss the essay topics, and then I'll give you a sample solution for all the topics, and I'll also provide you all the solutions and the sample answers in the PDF. If you want the PDF, you can get it from our Telegram channel. The link for that has been given in the description of the video. So there were 4 topics given this year, and unlike last year the word limit was 600 words, but this year the word limit was only 300 words. So that was the best part about the exam. Very easily doable, very easily achievable targets if we talk about word limits, and I think all of you would be able to clear this and would be able to write very good essays in the given word limit. So the first topic that was given was discuss the issues plaguing the manufacturing sector of India. So that was the first topic, discuss the issues plaguing the manufacturing sector of India. Second was education is the reason youth are not taking part in agriculture. Analyze and review. So you had to analyze the situation and you had to give your review. So that was the second topic. Education is the reason youth are not taking part in agriculture. So that was the topic. That was topic number 2. Third topic was what would be the better mode of transport for agri products in India, road or rail. So you had to decide and you had to discuss which is the better mode of transport and which could prove to be a better mode of transportation for agri products in India, by rail or by road. So that was the third topic, which would be the better mode of transport for agri products in India, road or rail. And last topic was discuss the effects of climate change on biodiversity and wildlife. So these were the 4 topics that were thrown at the aspirants today, and I think all the questions, all the 4 topics, they were very easy to write, not very not very difficult, or not very in-depth, right? Not very technical at the same point of time, but you had to be updated with the current affairs. So the schemes, the reports that we had given you in the fodder material, the snippets and the current affairs that we provided you would have definitely helped you in choosing a topic. And do let me know in the comment section of the video, guys, which topic did you choose and what you wrote, right? Please do share that with me. And if you want the solution of these questions, you can get it from the PDF. I'll provide the PDF on the Telegram channel, the link for which has been given in the description of the video. So one by one, let's discuss the essays that were given. First was discuss the issues plaguing the manufacturing sector of India. So there are basically 3 sectors: primary, which is agriculture; secondary, which is manufacturing; and tertiary, which is service. Post-independence, the Indian economy mostly relied on agriculture sector, which is a primary sector. But after a few years, India slowly shifted from an agriculture-based economy to a service-based economy, skipping the secondary sector, that is manufacturing. There are downfalls in the Indian economy due to ignorance of the manufacturing sector. Now, the Indian government has realized the importance of the manufacturing sector and has come up with many schemes to promote the industry. But will only these schemes boost the manufacturing sector? Despite the government schemes and awareness programs, there are few challenges that Indian manufacturing sector is facing. We will also discuss possible solutions to those problems. So first is costs of capital investments, land and power. So everything is given in explanation here. So you can discuss that. The first problem is cost of capital investment, land and power. Then what youth what Indian youth desires and what they expect out of this sector. So India, having the largest young population in the world, is not able to utilize its full potential. The majority of the workers are in India lack proper skills to work in the manufacturing industry. According to estimation, only 4.7% of Indian workforce is formally skilled, whereas other countries have a huge percentage of skilled laborers. Now, the central government has launched many schemes like Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana for technical institutes, Employability Enhancement Training Program, National Employability Enhancement Mission, then AICTE Startup Policy, Skill Assessment Matrix for Vocational Advancements of Youth, that is somewhere, and leadership development programs, etc., which will help reduce the skill gap, but it will take time. Now, MSMEs in India contribute about 29% to the GDP. However, having large numbers of small enterprises, the Indian manufacturing sector is not able to scale up the production. Hence, the cost of production is also high. This leads to difficulty competing in international market. Increasing production capacity reduces the cost of production and increases product quality. So, this is the essay that you could have written for the the reasons plaguing the manufacturing sector, right? Employability, then high cost, then the programs and their feasibility and realistic approach. Are they really executed on paper or in reality as well? So that could have been discussed in this topic. Then this is the conclusion. Apart from the above major challenges, the Indian manufacturing sector has also a few other challenges like complicated labor laws, lack of entrepreneurial spirit, trade, wars among countries, black money, corruption, etc. The Indian manufacturing sector needs restructuring to become globally competitive. The government needs to address the core problems and help the manufacturing sector self-sustain and grow with the help of schemes like Make in India and Skill India mission. So that would be a good conclusion to this essay, and I can share with you, this is the type of essay you should have written there today. Full of facts, full of data. Now, coming to second topic, education is the reason youth are not taking part in agriculture. Analyze and review. So, for long, the agriculture sector has been neglected. Though 80 to 90% of students studying in agriculture belong to the farming community, most of them prefer to choose a different career. Now, at present, 0.4 million students are enrolled in agriculture universities, but sadly, 0.1 million students manage to graduate, and most of them join the banking sector. So this is the reality. We start with the backdrop of the situation. Now, we need to stop this agro brain drain. There are many ways to enhance job opportunities for students of agriculture. For instance, the government needs to come up with schemes so that students are given a license to market and supply fertilizers and pesticides, so that farmers can get advice and corrective material. Then both government and the corporate sector must increase the number of scholarships for agriculture students to enhance research and development. Next, it is common knowledge that students of agriculture rarely utilize their knowledge in practical farming. This must change. We must emulate the success stories in Maharashtra and Punjab, where agriculture students have taken up farming and are using proper seeds, machinery and agro management techniques. So that is a very good point. Now, moving further, the youth are not attracted to this profession as there is neither guarantee of income nor enough institutions that provide jobs. At present, only a few crops which provide MSP from the government. So that is the main reason. So it should be emancipated, and there should be more income in this sector. Then the youth should also be taught about profitable farming techniques and systems so that less land resources are used. They should all not only be taught about integrated farming but also about the latest techniques in mushroom farming, freshwater aquaculture and dairy farming. So they should be wooed, and they should be told about the benefits of this sector. Now, cutting edge agriculture machinery technologies are expensive. Government agencies should enable the farmers to rent such equipment so that they can save money in investment and increase productivity. Now, farmers need hand holding to embrace digitalization. The digital revolution must be used to inform the farmer about weather forecast, time of sowing, and the exact amount of fertilizer and pesticides to be used for each crop depending on the soil health. So they must be trained to incorporate latest technologies, breakthroughs in agriculture. The solution lies in precision agriculture and organic farming. Now, higher level agriculture universities must make themselves relevant by inspiring students to become entrepreneurs, by teaching them to practice new agro innovations and techniques. So, conclusion, besides there is an immense need to start a separate Indian agriculture service on the lines of Indian Administrative Service and Indian Forest Services. This will not only take the agro-regulatory mechanism more robust, but also generate jobs for students pursuing agriculture. Agriculture as a subject should be taught from the school level itself. It is time to bring little cheer to the farming community. And you could have added, you see, agriculture has a lot of potential because India has predominantly been an agrarian economy, agrarian country, and still about 60% of the labor force is dependent on agriculture and allied sectors. But the contribution of agriculture sector to the GVA is only about 17 to 18%. That makes this sector quite unproductive. So that could have also been mentioned here. So that was a good essay, good topic to be discussed. Now, moving ahead, guys, next topic, what would be the better mode of transport for agri products in India, road or rail? Now, let's discuss that now. One of the most ancient and popular mode of transportation has always been the ground transportation. Since time immemorial, all trade and consequently world economy has been dependent upon freight transport systems that transports goods from one place to another, supporting the commercial culture that is core pipeline of human society and something the modern world has been accustomed to. Now, most commonly used mode of transport, movement of goods by far is road transport. That is most frequent. Now, road transport helps to transport daily need items, groceries, flowers, fruit and dry goods constantly to markets and destinations all across the country and continents. Now, in situations of long transit times, such as countries like China, Russia, US, and Europe, rail transport is preferred mode of transportation. In countries like where you need long transportation, so freight trains are equipped to carry various types of cargo, such as freight containers, vehicles, livestock, and also commodities such as grains, coal, minerals, and metals, etc. Now, unique and attractive feature of road transport is flexibility, time frame, final destination, and volume of good to be transported, and it can reach remote areas. Now, availability of road transport is 24 hours a day, and affordability compared to other mode of transportation makes it a popular and attractive mode of transport. That is the best part. So, trucking industry is very common in India. Now, everything comes with a downside. There are, challenges, cons as well. The downside of road freight are the restrictions of traffic regulations and speed limits. Unpredictability of weather conditions is another challenge that causes delays in the road shipping, and unforeseen accidents and holdups are a risk. But on the constant, major and minor hiccups causing delays cannot be ruled out. Under the circumstance, the best solution is to plan ahead, factoring in time margin, collaborate with logistics company that has tracking and tracing capabilities and a well-established network. So that is the solution to the problem. Now let's talk about the rail transport. Rail transport is the fastest transport mode on land, and it has its benefits. Now, rail transport is much faster, more reliable, and also least affected by weather conditions and traffic jams. Now, large volumes can be shipped over greater distance, but that makes it cost effective by structure and by transport. That makes the rail transport very easy. Right, but rail transport also has an integral part of intermodal strategy. Intermodal is using two or more mode of transportation for transport freight. Rail transport is often used as a part of intermodal strategy, as there are significant benefits to it. In situations where road and rail transport are combined, trains are used for long-term haul portion of the shipment, and trucks are used to bring freight from origin or pick up to terminal and then from terminal to the destination, referred as drayage. Now, commodities like electronics, clothes, machineries, plastics, and lumber are typically moved via intermodal rail transport. So basically what they are saying is both the transports have their goods and bads. Right, there are some benefits in some, in one transport, there are other benefits in the other. But what you could have discussed is, there is a good way where you amalgamate both and you use both the transport system. Railways is also very efficient time, it saves time. But the point is, perishable goods cannot be transferred through rail because they would stagnate, right? On the other hand, the truck is good for shorter distances. Right, it is easier, it is cost effective, but at the same point of time, it has also challenges like blockage, rate, speed limits, time challenges, and then accidents and weather challenges are there. So you should have discussed both and then give a solution. You should have given a solution to this. Now, moving to the fourth topic, the effects of climate change on biodiversity and wildlife. This was the topic that was given in one of our mock tests that the students of EduTap took. And if they did that, if they took this topic, I think that would have made it very easy for them today. So the environmental changes being driven by climate change are disturbing natural habitats and species in ways that are still only becoming clear. There are signs that rising temperatures are affecting biodiversity, while changing rainfall patterns, extreme weather events, and ocean acidification are putting pressure on species already threatened by other human activities. The threat posed by climate change to biodiversity is expected to increase, yet thriving ecosystems also have the capacity to help reduce the impacts of climate change. Now, if current rates of warming continue by 2030, global temperatures could increase by more than 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to before the Industrial Revolution. Now, a major impact of climate change on biodiversity is the increase in the intensity and frequency of fires, storms, or periods of drought. In Australia, at the end of 2019 and start of 2020, 97,000 kilometers of forest and surrounding habitats were destroyed by intense fires that are now known to have been made worse by climate change. This adds to the threat to biodiversity, which has already been placed under stress by other human activities. It is thought that the number of threatened species in the area may have increased by 14% as a result of the fires. Now, rising global temperatures also have the potential to alter ecosystems over longer periods by changing what can grow and live within them. There is already evidence to suggest that reductions in water vapor in the atmosphere since 1900s has resulted in 59% of vegetated areas showing pronounced browning and reduced growth rates worldwide. Rising temperatures in the oceans affect marine organisms. Corals are particularly vulnerable to rising temperatures, and ocean acidification can make it harder for shellfish and corals in the upper ocean to form shells and hard skeletons. We have also seen changes in occurrence of marine algae blooms. Now, despite the threats posed by climate change to biodiversity, we also know that natural habitats play an important role in regulating climate and can also can help to absorb and store carbon. Mangroves are significant sinks for carbon, and the Amazon is one of the most biologically diverse places on the planet and is an enormous store of carbon, up to 100 billion tons. Although a recent study has suggested the Amazon may now be emitting more carbon than it absorbs. Safeguarding these natural carbon sinks from further damage is an important part of limiting climate change. So that was your essay writing. So you could have chosen any of these 4 topics. All the 4 topics were good to good to write upon, and the topics were a bit on the technical side, where you could have mentioned facts, data, statistics, reports, right? So you could have mentioned all that, and you could have written a very well framed essay. So I think essay was easy. Now coming to the second question, essay writing, again a surprise, as I've told you countless times that be ready for a surprise, because NABARD is known to surprise its students. And if English paper is easy, please be ready for something something surprising in the second paper, that is your subjective paper, be it ARD, ESI, or any IT paper, or your legal stream paper, whichever it is. So I hope that you do well in this. Now, what was the Pressy all about? The passage was about, the viability of electric vehicles. Are they cost efficient? Are they good or not? So basically, it was all about, how batteries are produced and how, what metals are used to produce a battery. Second paper, I'm not sure, Nikhil. I think it would be around 2 p.m. But let's see. I'm not sure. So students who would be appearing would be there. About NABARD Grade A, yes, Aditi, I definitely would. NABARD Grade A basically is a paper where many students from many streams could apply. Every year notifications are given out for assistant manager for Grade A, right? Where students prepare, and the exam is in 3 stages. That is, first is phase 1, where you have quants, reasoning, English, computers. That is your mandatory part, where you just have to get 33% marks, and the other part, that is the merit section, that is your current affairs part, general awareness part. So if you clear the cutoff, then you go to phase 2. There are descriptive papers in phase 2, one for a subjective paper, one for English, and if you clear phase 2, then you go to the interview part. So this is the broad outlay of the paper, Aditi. You can drop us an email, or you can call us on this number for further inquiry, or we have a handbook, properly framed handbook, the link for which probably would be given in the description of the video. You can read everything from that handbook, Aditi, right? Nikhil, see, if you write average answers, you will get average marks. That is true. But if you write well, you will be evaluated, manually, and you will be scoring well. So the point is how you prepare and how you present your answers. There are many things that come into play: your articulation, your grammatical accuracy, your punctuation, your spelling errors, then your content comes into play, your presentation comes into play, the format structure of your answers comes into play. So there are many things that that comes into play while you are evaluated for English, right? So it's a process. So why most of the people get average marks? Because your papers are evaluated by AI based software, Nikhil, and AI based software is it basically evaluates on some parameters, and that is why most of the students get average score. The toppers copies are evaluated second time later on manually, and that is why they score better, right? Only second paper is game changer. Yes, Nikhil, go for the second paper. It is not a game changer. You can ask yourself today, if you would be, or if anybody would be appearing today, they'll tell you, everybody is preparing for the second exam. Not just you, everyone is giving his or her best, because that's a subjective paper. So you cannot create a huge gap. This is the paper where you can create a huge gap. So please understand this. English is the game changer, right? All right. So guys, this is the exact passage that was given in the exam today. It was about electric vehicles, how they were incepted in around 2000 when they started running, and how the batteries are how the battery and the material for the battery, it is taken out from the earth, and how it impacts. So is electric vehicle really sustainable or not? So that was discussed in the passage. So you can read the passage. I'll provide the PDF to you, but what I wanted to provide was the solution to the Pressy. So this is the solution, the sample solution to the Pressy. The title: Are electric vehicles really better for the environment? So the country in which the batteries are being produced, as well as the battery composition, has a much higher level of impact on emissions. EVs are responsible for considerably lower emissions over their lifetime than vehicles running on fossil fuels, regardless of the source that generates the electricity. An argument that is routinely put forward to contrast the clean image of electric cars is the pollution behind the manufacturing process of their batteries. There is indeed a range of rare earth metals that make up the composition of the battery, and their extraction and manipulation can contribute to carbon emissions. However, a 2018 International Council on Clean Transport (ICTT) report illustrates the country in which the batteries are being produced, as well as the battery composition, has a much higher level of impact on emissions. So it should be carefully chosen, and it should be carefully presented. So this was the Pressy, and the best part was the word limit that was given for the Pressy was 130 words this time. So usually it used to be 170 words, but this time, just to make it easy, the passage was not very long, right? And the word limit for the Pressy was 130 words. So that was something of a challenge for the students to differentiate between the important and the unimportant, and then framing the sentences organically to present a holistic Pressy, coherently framed Pressy. That was the part, and the word limit was 130 words. So this is a sample solution for your Pressy, for the passage. You can read it, and you can get to know what was discussed in the passage. Now, coming to the last question, the third question was not reading comprehension this time. Reading comprehension was not given last time, and reading comprehension was also not given this time. The third question was letter writing, and there were 3 letters that were given, and you had to choose 1 out of 3 and write your letter, frame your letter. And the word limit was also not very difficult to reach. It was only 150 words this time. Last year there was no word limit. In 2020 the word limit that was given was 250 words. So every year NABARD changes the word limit just to surprise the students. So you have to be prepared for such scenarios. So what were the topics that were given in letter writing? Question number 1, write a letter to your resident welfare association to review its disaster response procedure. That was a good topic. Second was, write a letter to customer care of an established furniture shop. You bought a piece of furniture which after unboxing was found to be of wrong size. Write a letter to customer care asking for replacement of the furniture piece bought. And third topic was, write a letter to your manager to congratulate him for being promoted and telling him about the role he played in your career. So these were the 3 essay topics that were given, and you had to choose 1 out of these 3 and frame your essay. So I'll be showing you sample solution for all the 3 here, and you can get to read what you should have written in this essay. So first, letter about the Resident Welfare Association and about the reviewing disaster management procedure. So you start with sender's address, date, receiver's address. So you are writing to the President of Residents Welfare Association. Then this should be your letter, considering the fact that the disaster management was a holistic and proactive and multi-disaster and technology-driven strategy, and which would be achieved through a culture of prevention, mitigation, and preparedness to generate a prompt and efficient response before the external help came in. The entire process would center stage the community and collective efforts of all government agencies and NGOs. It was hence required that the welfare associations were being tapped, said the official or informed by the official. So the welfare associations can further provide training and skills to the people of their localities to take immediate measures needed at the time of rescue operations. Now, these can be of great help as they are familiar with the localities and could be the first people to approach, he said. Welcoming the move, many presidents of the Welfare Association and said that the role of disaster management has been acknowledged and it would definitely speed up rescue operations before the external help came in. So, sincerely, Rohit. So that could have been put in this letter. Second letter was regarding dissatisfaction on the purchase which I made from your furniture shop. So the wrong size of furniture. So again, you could have started with sender's address, date, then receiver's address, the store manager, IK Furniture. So this is a complaint letter regarding wrong size of furniture. So what you could have written, dear sir, I am writing this letter to express my extreme dissatisfaction on the purchase which I made from your furniture shop. This is the introduction part. Then in the body part, as a part of the renovations work at my house, I decided to purchase a piece of dining table from your shop and the bill was settled last week. The bill number is E209821 dated 25th December 2018 and the payment was done online. It should be 2022. Right. As my dining hall got expanded as a part of renovation, I ordered a larger piece of dining table which could facilitate a minimum 8 people at a time. I'm totally satisfied with the size. However, I found some issues with the quality of the furniture set, or you could have put size of the furniture set. After a couple of days of the deal, I noticed some color changes on the surface. When I examined further, I found the polishing damaged. So you could have, this is just a sample letter. You can change the rest of the things. I know you value your customers' positive feedbacks, and so I expect you would make arrangements for a review on this matter. I await your reply in anticipation. Regards, Neeraj Rai. So that was the second letter. And third was, I think, regarding congratulating your boss. So this was sort of a formal as well as informal letter, mix of both, but we have to follow the structure. So sender's address, date, then receiver's address. You are writing to your manager and congratulating him for his promotion. Hello Eric, congratulations. I recently heard that you got the promotion to senior manager, to the senior manager you've been working towards, and I wanted to tell you how happy I am for you. I know that you were up for the task and you've absolutely proved yourself. I'm excited to see you succeed in this new role as a senior manager. I know that you'll be able to tackle any challenges that come your way with grace, and you will excel in your responsibilities for this position. You had been my role model all along, and I aspire to follow in your footsteps. Congrats again. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you ever need anything. Sincerely, Benjamin Laus, name and your email ID. So this would be a sample solution for your letter. So all in all, basically guys, the analysis of this paper is the descriptive English paper was, you can call it easy because the word limits were very, they could be achieved very easily. 300 for essay, 130 for Pressy, 430 plus 150 for letter, that is 580 words. So 580 words to be written in 90 minutes, and that too the topics that were given, we had provided you ample material to prepare on. So I think the students who took the mock test, who took the full-length mock tests in the crash course, they would definitely feel that how easy the paper looks today and how it would impact you in the result. And guys, I'm sure that you have done well today, all of you, and I hope this analysis and the solution of these questions will give you a peace of mind, will help you in your journey ahead, so that you can prepare and you can set your mindset towards towards the final stage of this exam, that is the interview preparation. And for those who did not do well, who could not do well today, you can look into the solution of the questions and you can understand what is expected from you, what is the psychology of the question, and what they're expecting from your answers. So you have to write a holistic essay, you have to write structured letter, and then you have to present an organic Pressy from the question. So you can watch the solution from this, and I'll provide you the solutions and the paper in our telegram group. The link for our telegram group has been given in the description of the video. You can you can go check out that description and you can find the paper with its solution in that group, and that would definitely help you in your preparation journey. Right, so guys, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask now. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to write your queries, write your doubts in the comment section of the video. Right, let me see. There are a few students. Thank you, Prakhar. We've got the questions. Thank you so much for that. Don't worry, Sanju. Yes, your copy will be evaluated. Don't worry. God bless you, Prakhar. All the very best. ARD ESI section, the paper has not yet, not yet conducted. So you can get the ESI and ARD questions in the evening, Nikhil. All right, all right. Anything else you wish to discuss, guys? So that is that. Otherwise, I think this solution and this analysis will help the students to understand what they could have written in this. There may be slight changes from the solutions that I have given you, but the point is these are the best sample solutions, the direction, the blueprint that you need to prepare for your descriptive English exam. So I wish you again all the very best for your second paper, for your English paper as well. Let's see how it turns out, and I hope you do well today and you come off with flying colors. So having said that, guys, I'll take your leave for today. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, you can drop us an email at this address, that is hello@edutab.co.in, or you can also call us during the office hours on weekdays, 8146207241, for any query, any doubt that you may have. And if you want to check out our courses, most of the links to our courses have been given in the description of the video. So go check them out, and that will help you in your journey ahead. So guys, all the very best once again. God bless you, and happy learning to all of you guys.